Have you ever wondered why everybody else's vehicle looks better than yours? Well, I've had hundreds of people apply to have their vehicles roasted by me. And after studying all of them, I kept seeing the same mistakes over and over again that are keeping their rigs from reaching their full potential. So today, I'm going to roast 3 Toyota trucks and show you the areas of improvement that will make your vehicle look amazing and get you that coveted gas station compliment. Alright, our first vehicle is a second generation Tacoma that belongs to Noah. And right off the bat, this truck looks great, but I think it could look amazing with just one major change. This color is called Spruce Mica, and it's by far the most attention-grabbing part of this truck. It's pretty rare since it was only offered on the Tacoma for 3 years, and it really stands out from the other more common colors. One of the best ways to make your vehicle look awesome is to play to its strengths. In this case, we have a super popular truck like the second gen Tacoma and a really beautiful color. And while it looks like it has a coat of wax or something on it, when we zoom in, we can see tons of swirl marks and scratches. And that leads us to our first mistake, which is dull or scratched paint. It makes this truck a perfect candidate for a paint correction. It already looks good, but removing those scratches and pulling even more gloss and clarity out of that paint would make it look insane. So while I don't always recommend it on older, daily driven vehicles, in this case, I would go full send on a multi-step paint correction. Compound, polish, maybe even a ceramic coating if you want to lock it in and make it easier to maintain. I think this vehicle warrants all that work for sure. The next mistake is unpopular modifications. Any mods that can be considered trendy or played out or just simply bad taste can really bring down the look of your vehicle. Before you modify something, ask yourself, is this still going to be in style 10 years from now, or am I going to get sick of it? This is something that Noah has done a pretty good job here since the truck looks mostly stock. The color combo of the gold wheels against the green paint looks great, and it looks like these are aftermarket reps of TRD Pro wheels. The wheels are a bit busy compared to some of the other Pro designs, but in general, you can't really go wrong with an updated OEM wheel on a Toyota truck. Next up, we have the stance. A vehicle's stance plays a big role in its overall appearance, and for this truck, I'd say it looks great. It appears to have a pretty mild lift on it, and it's sitting pretty level front to back. The wheel offset looks really good too, so no problems there either. Now for contrast. This is a really important one that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about. Aside from shiny paint, contrast is the next biggest thing that catches your eye when you look at a vehicle. Basically, things that are intended to be colorful should be really bright, and things that are meant to be black should be really dark. Noah's done a decent job of this, although I can't really see in the wheel wells from these photos. But the black trim seems to be in decent shape, the tires are dressed, we've even got what appears to be black housing headlights. All of those seemingly small things add up to be pretty powerful in helping a vehicle to look good. This is actually a really good example of this because technically the paint on this truck needs to be polished, and yet overall it still looks really shiny and glossy. Lastly, is it memorable? Tasteful modifications can help a vehicle to really stand out from the others, and this truck has that as well as a cool color going for it. So will I remember this one after I've seen it, or will it just not really register in my mind? Well, I'll definitely remember it. As a matter of fact, I can't stop thinking about painting our truck this color. It looks so good. So for Noah's truck, I would get the paint in order, maybe use some kind of restoration product on the black trim to add even more contrast and protect it, and maybe make the emblems black instead of chrome to match the theme a little bit better. Next up, we have Edgar's 4th generation 4Runner. He's doing a few things right with this thing for sure. It looks like a seriously clean, later model sport edition. As a matter of fact, this thing looks immaculate, so I don't think I'll be recommending anything detailing related here. But let's run it through the list and see how it stacks up. I know white paint is super forgiving when it comes to scratches, but I can tell that this paint actually is in really good condition. White paint doesn't always have a lot of gloss and depth to it, but this looks like it's either super low mileage or has been polished and waxed regularly. So high five, Edgar. Love to see it. How about the modifications though? Well, we have a bit more to talk about here, unfortunately. Although there's nothing major jumping out at me as a bad decision, some of the mods are a little much. The front end is pretty busy. We've got aftermarket headlights with a DRL bar that doesn't really match the flow of the 4th gen, Raptor lights, a bug deflector, yellow fog lights, vinyl on the hood scoop, etc. There's a lot going on. I would ditch the Raptor lights since I don't think they're gonna age very well long term, and paint match the outer frame of the grille like I did on mine, and maybe lose the vinyl on the hood scoop. Now, black headlights on a white 4Runner is a great move, but I think something more of an OEM style would have been cleaner. I get what they were going for with the modern LED bar, but these just aren't modern trucks, so it doesn't seem to fit. Overall, we have a few too many colors on the front end here. The amber side markers and Raptor lights, the bluish white of the LEDs, and the yellow fogs, it's pulling my attention all over the place. The gray TRD Pro wheels were an excellent choice on a white 4Runner, And I think that's going to be a timeless look. That's never going to go out of style, so that was a great choice for sure. And at first I thought the tires were just mounted laces out with the white letters, but upon closer inspection, it looks like a paint pen has been used on them. White letters on off-road tires usually works pretty well, especially like with OEM wheels. But in this case, it kind of distracts you from the fact that this thing has beautiful red aftermarket brakes hiding behind the wheels. Finally, we have a set of smoked aftermarket taillights. These facelifted 4th Gen 4Runners came with pretty nice red LED taillights from the factory, so they would look super clean on this white paint. The smoked ones look a little out of place, although I understand what you're going for, more of a black and white theme here. What about the stance? Well, in one of the pictures we can see that we've got a set of Bilsteins on here, but it appears to be riding pretty close to factory height with a factory rake. So leveling the front end a little bit more would have a noticeable impact, but the good news is that the wheels fit great. The offset on these makes them sit fairly flush in the fenders, and it looks like the tires are at least a size larger than stock. What about contrast? Well, this is something Edgar has done really well. We have lots of contrast naturally because this thing is just in such good condition. The undercarriage looks like brand new. The red brakes pop from behind the wheels, the dark gray wheels and black headlights work with the white paint. It's beautiful. But is it memorable? Well, I'd say Edgar's 4Runner is, because its condition from top to bottom really stands out. Keep in mind, this thing is at least 16 years old, so it goes to show how much of a difference the visual condition of your vehicle can make. Either this thing is super low mileage, or Edgar's a detailing enthusiast, because even the dirty parts like the engine bay and the wheel wells all look brand new. If I saw this thing out in the wild, I think its immaculate condition would really stand out to me. So if you want people to notice your rig, you gotta get cleaning and polishing, because clearly it makes a huge difference. I would just lose some of the mods, maybe a bit of a lift. That's about it. On to our next vehicle. We have Sean's 3rd generation 4Runner. You don't see many of these things running around anymore, so that already grabs my attention right away. The paint doesn't look bad necessarily, and in one picture it looks like it's been freshly detailed. Unfortunately, it's looking a little dull and oxidized. That's understandable though, because this thing is like, what, 25 years old? So of course it's going to look a little weathered, but that's all the more reason to polish it. Most people expect an older vehicle to look like this, so when you make the paint look wet and new, it really surprises people. So as long as the clear coat is intact, you should be able to breathe some life into this paint. There doesn't appear to be any rust or dents in the body, so this is an opportunity to make it really stand out. What about unpopular modifications? I would have given this a pass here, since it appears to be pretty much stock, but the aftermarket wheels might not age well. I think we can all agree that these things can be considered classics now. So if you're gonna keep it stock looking, less flashy wheels would probably fit better. Other than that, it looks like it's been left alone just the way Toyota intended it. No aftermarket lighting or anything like that. The stance looks okay here. I'm pretty sure these 4Runners sat pretty level from the factory, and this seems to be riding on stock suspension, I guess? It's hard to tell from the pictures, but the stance of the aftermarket wheels might be a bit wide, but it looks kind of aggressive and they fill out the wheel wells. So we'll give it a pass. What about contrast? Well, it looks like the chrome is in nice shape and you've got some tire shine on the one picture, so those are good things. Bringing some gloss out of the paint would help, as well as a good thorough detail. Is it memorable? Yeah, I think so, just because there are less and less of these older trucks on the road. That automatically makes it stand out. It automatically makes it cool. I think this one comes down to some detailing and a different set of wheels, and with classic vehicles, the more you can fix on or improve them, the better. So anything is kind of damaged or worn out, just stay on top of replacing anything that needs to be replaced. I think it'll go a long way. Basically, just keep it in as good of condition as possible. That'll take it from, I saw a nice old 4Runner today, to, dude, I saw an absolutely mint 3rd gen. I should have made him an offer. So if you found value in this and you want more car care tips, sign up at the link down below. Every week I email you advice that'll help you to make your car look amazing, as well as some automotive news that you're probably too lazy to find yourself. It's totally free, and if I decide to do another one of these videos, the link to apply to have your vehicle roasted will be sent to the people who subscribe. And if this video has inspired you to give your rig a decent cleaning, but you're more of the it only gets washed when it rains type, watch this video next to see how I detailed our Tacoma without even using a hose.